Stephon Walton was shot one time, we believe in the city of Chesapeake, at a place at the time that was called City Lights, located at Bainbridge and Portlock within the South Norfolk section of Chesapeake. He approached 3 individuals and said he needed a ride to the hospital because he had been shot. So he was conscious and alert enough to seek help. These 3 individuals drove him at the time to DePaul Hospital. Shortly after being admitted to DePaul Hospital, they transferred him to Norfolk Sentara Hospital. At the time, the detectives responded to Norfolk Sentara, began their investigation. However, at that time, he had already gone through surgery, was unable to speak, and nobody really got a statement from him as far as law enforcement wise. What he said to the people who drove him to the hospital, we don't know. And we're not even sure that the people who drove him to the hospital, if they were or were not his friends. At the time, the detective who showed up at the scene did talk to one of the 3 people. And that was the narrative he gave the investigator at the time in 2000, that he was with 2 other people. This individual walked up to him, said, "I've been shot, take me to the hospital." That was his statement. I believe, looking at the case, that there may have been a more of a connection between the individuals, that they at least probably loosely knew each other. It wasn't a 100% stranger walking up to a stranger. I think there was some connection there. This case is coming up on 25 years old. Now, he was shot July 23rd of 2000. He didn't pass away till September. So for about 2 months, you're thinking about somebody who's in the hospital. His family's with him. His friends are visiting him. He's sitting there unresponsive. Their minds are going all kinds of different directions. What happened to their loved one?
Stephon was a character. Stephon will make you laugh. In your day, you can even think about things like him being a little boy, and he used to sing this song, "Oh, John the Rabbit, oh yes, had a real bad habit, oh yes." And his expressions was just like so into the song. So we remember him. He was probably about 5. In the community, even though, he didn't have but one brother, a younger brother, but I hear all the stories about all the kids that he would buy candy, ice cream, frozen pops. And, when he passed on at 19, at Graves Funeral Home, they had to open the doors because they didn't have enough seating because of all the community. Forever 19 is in memory of Stephon. So one day I came up, okay, well, I'm gonna start helping mothers. But on the flip side, I was helping more fathers. So then I said, okay, I just help families. And his memory would go on. This is my first time putting this on. And it fits me. So, and this is Stephon's hat. And he would want me to wear it.
So we'll take anybody who wants to call us, and it's going to be somebody calling us that will hopefully send us in a direction to start looking at maybe who was involved. This is going to actually take somebody who's going to remember 25 years ago, who at the time was probably in their 20s, who is now in their 50s, who would say, "Hey, I remember that night, and I remember something happening, but I didn't think it was important, but I want to call and tell you." And that little piece could be the piece we need. So we'll take whatever anybody wants to tell us.
I do know that there are people out there that knows what happened to him. I do know that there's people out there that really have great information that they should give to or call in. It's been 24, almost 25 years, because I heard the stories, and I do know that there's a lot of people out there that know the truth. I would say it's time to have closure on this case, to let Stephon rest in peace, because he knew what happened. He knew the people, because we had people that took him to the hospital and they stayed with him. So they didn't call me at the time, but I want those people to know it's time to talk.